Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining Bipolar Blue Live. Let's get into it. So, I thought I'd just let you know a recap of what bipolar disorder is. I don't want to go off on that. I've been reading some more information, some new information, as you may or may not know. The DSMV. When did that thing come out? Let me just get that thing. Um, when did that thing come out? DSMV 5 or something like that. Yeah, DSMV 5. I believe that's what it is. When did they come out? Okay, are we on the 6 or the 7? I mean, I'll just put this. Latest DSMV. The last one is, dude, no, we're not going off of, okay. March 2022 was the latest DSMV. So whatever that is, 6 or 7. It's not, but the 5th says 2013, but well, the original DSMV 5 released in 2013 goes blah, 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 blah. But I just feel like every year there's more and more and more and more that they add to it. Eventually, every single person on the face of the planet will have a diagnosis or be able to go have a diagnosis and then get some medication, because that is what Big Pharma wants. They want you on medication. Nobody wants you to be healed and be on your own. Why do that? That makes no sense. So anyway, so bipolar disorder is a mental health condition characterized by extreme shifts in mood, energy, activity levels, and behavior. It is not a sickness. I am sick. You can hear that in my voice. I am still sick. The last telecast, live, update, whatever they're going to call this thing here, I will say this, I do like the sound of my voice, how it's like a little deeper, but I don't like the feel of my voice. It's not that good. Anyway, these shifts occur in episodes that can last days, weeks, or months, alternating between manic or hypomanic episodes, periods of abnormally elevated mood, energy, and activity. That is the manic. And depressive episodes, periods of intense sadness, hopelessness, and low energy. Not to be confused with your mother dying. If your mother has died, you should be sad. You should have low energy. The hopelessness, well, I don't know what would be there. In hopelessness, my mother's still alive, so I don't know what hopelessness would be there with losing a mother. Obviously, I went extreme on this example, but you shouldn't be depressed. You shouldn't be in a bipolar depressive. Hey, how's it going, doc? It's going pretty good. What you in for today? Oh, my mother passed away. Bipolar. No, that is regular life downness is what that is. Bipolar disorder was previously known as manic depression. There's been a song about it. Well, manic depression is in the song. I believe the song is called Jane Fonda. Remember that song? 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your booty on the dance floor. Shake it thing. Shake a little mama. I know you want to be a Jane Fonda. Something like that. Oh my gosh, excuse me. So the mania can last up to 1 week. Involves symptoms like euphoria, irritability, racing thoughts, decreased need for sleep, grandiosity, impulsive or risky behavior. Check, 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 check. That is me to a T when I am doing my off my meds, off the rockers, shooting through the moon, let baby, surface of the sun, time to have fun. I mean, just boom, right? Excessive spending, that has happened. Unsafe sex. Thank you, Jesus. I have never done the unsafe sex. I have always, at least in verbal, do you have AIDS? No, I don't either. Do you have herp? No, I don't either. Do you have gonorrhea? syphilis, sickle cell anemia, measles, mumps, rubella. I don't know if those are STDs. Do you have chlamydia? Do you have typhoid fever? Do you have hepatitis A, B, C? Do you have HPV? Do you have the clap, the trap, the squirt, the HIV? Do you, no, I don't either. And then you take each other's word for it. So that could be considered unsafe sex. Apart from that, if there's just a question looming, of course I put a condom on. I am very safe. So thank you. Thank you very much, baby Jesus and adult Jesus, for keeping my tallywhacker holy. And sometimes psychosis, delusions or hallucinations, check, check, check. Hypomania, excuse me. A less severe form of mania lasting at least 4 days with similar symptoms but not impairing functioning or not impairing functioning significantly. So I think that I was in a state of hypomania about a year ago when I was on my meds. And I remember telling my doctor, I can feel something is going on. I can feel it's almost like you got the devil and the angel. You know, your conscience is on your shoulder. And it's almost like I could feel my devil going like, let's go. Let's go. We can get away with it. We've done it before. We've done it before. We can do it again. You have gone and robbed food from restaurants. You've done it before. Do it. Go the same one. Go do the same thing. They don't care. They don't care. Do you think that those cameras that they have everywhere, that there's someone watching all the time? Incorrect. It's an algorithm. They only watch it when there's a thief, right? So in other words, hey, give me all your money at the cash register. And those are going away because cash is getting less and less. Everything's becoming digital. So it's getting harder and harder to actually rob tangible money. So I was in a place like that. I told this to my doctor. She said, let's go up to an extra pill. So 5 pills a night. And those thoughts and urges have gone away. Depression, this is a tricky one. This is a different one for me. Involves persistent sadness, loss of interest in what? In life? Fatigue. I'm tired all the time. Changes in appetite or sleep. I'm a hungry slob or I fast for days. Difficulty concentrating on what? The math test? Feelings of worthlessness and suicidal thoughts. Here we go. This is why we're doing this live. So if you get kicked off for saying what I'm about to say, then I get kicked off for saying what I'm about to say. It's different than being kicked off for what I've already said for like minutes and minutes and minutes, 10s minutes, 20s of minutes, and then upload. We can't upload you because you said suicidal thoughts. This is depression. Now, in depression, there is clinical depression. There is a mass depression, a deep depression, a heavy depression. There is a grand depression. There is depression itself in general. And I have a real hard time with either accepting when the doc says, oh, you're depressed. I've heard this before many times in the past 2 to 3 years. It sounds like you're in a depression, so you're depressed. No, I'm unemployed. Yeah, I'm supposed to be freaking the fuck out. I've gone to 3 job interviews. I've applied to hundreds and hundreds of jobs, and I've gotten 3 job interviews. And no, that's it. Nothing returned. I've also gotten maybe 6 or 7. Thanks for filling out the application online. We with someone else. So you're supposed to feel bad in those situations. Like I said, your mother died. You're supposed to feel bad. It's not my mother died. I feel great. That would be the problem. That would be the, so-and-so's mother passed away and she's doing really good. Yeah. Unbelievable. I know. Yeah. She made a movie. Yeah. She won an Oscar. Oh yeah. This is crazy. She got the new hit song on Spotify. Oh yeah. Amazing. No. No, sorry. Agree to disagree. Okay. You're supposed to be depressed. You're supposed to go up and down, generally speaking. Damn good coffee I have over here. You're supposed to go up and down, generally speaking. Now, um, depression, right? So, what they're trying to tell us, and by they I mean big pharma, the doctors, whatever, whoever you're seeing, is you're supposed to go up and down. No, you're going like this. This is bipolar, hypomania, mania, depression, up and throughout the day, week, month, year, life, whatever. They want you to believe and feel like this. Right? That's what they want you to do. Why? I have no idea. Where did this come from? I have no idea. You'd have to research my research and your research and even research more of that. You have to go all the way to the beginning of the DSMV, which I believe is in the 70s or something like that. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me, it's just horrible. You you know, you you got to be never have any conflict with your employer, your boss. Never be in an argument with your spouse or your partner. Your children should be, in fact, the only people that are allowed to be anything other than normal is children. Children can act out. Children can bug out. Children can throw a fit in the grocery store. Children can go and be like, I want this candy bar. And the parent can be like, no, or the guardian, no, you're not going to buy that. And then they can start throwing snow angels, whatever, grocery store angels. Throw stuff everywhere. And you, the parent, cannot spank them, hit them, put them in timeout, grab them uncontrollably, force them, shake them, nothing. You just have to sit there and watch them. And we as society get to look at that and go, oh, why can't we put this person on a pill, shut them the fuck up? Because they're children and they get to do that. They get to be nice and normal. And that is the child acting in a normal, childish way. If you, an adult or myself, were to go into a grocery store and just start throwing a fit, you know what they're going to do? They're going to call someone. They say, this motherfucker is out of order. Sedate him, pills, into the loony bin, go to see the doctor, get him on something long term, get him out of here. You shouldn't be acting like that in public. And you can argue with that all you want. Yes or no, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. I mean, there are places, time, place, and manner when you can act out. Go to a mosh pit. You can totally freak the fuck out there and throw your body around and try to break arms and necks all you want. You're probably going to get your own arm and neck broken yourself. Time, place, manner. Band's starting up again. Can you hear that? Sounds pretty good. They're doing Crazy Train. What's the guy's name? Ozzy Osbourne. Anyway, here's the thing with the suicidal thoughts. You do not have to be depressed to have suicidal thoughts. Now, before we go forward, oh my gosh, I should have got some tissues. I'm so sorry. I am not a doctor and I'm not a professional on bipolar disorder, but I am a professional on my own personal diagnosed bipolar disorder. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to myself. And in my manias, I have had suicidal thoughts. So you don't just have to have suicidal thoughts when you're depressed. They come all the time. Sometimes they come during sex. Make sense. You're having a great time. I mean, it's the greatest time in the world, in my opinion. And holy cow, the love between a man and a woman, or two people or more, or whatever you float your boat out there in the world of sex land. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, a suicidal thought. It's like this, that makes no sense. So then I have to pause. That's normally when I pause and switch gears in the sexual thing. I don't want to get too personal and deep here on that. But my point is that the suicidal thoughts don't come just with depression. They can come out of left field. Dream about it, What's your mood when you're dreaming? That's a question. Anyway, bipolar disorder affects approximately 2 to 3% of the population. Now, this is where we go into the other mental health issue disorder effects. Of that 2 to 3% of world population, 65% of those people, like myself, will also, or can, or may suffer. That's a word that I don't know. I mean, I don't suffer from bipolar. I still have trouble with that one too. But anyway, I'll use that word, suffer from another disorder. So you can be bipolar and anxiety. Excuse me. You can be bipolar and substance abuse disorder, addiction. In other words, be bipolar and borderline personality disorder. Be bipolar and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, OCD, schizophrenic, whatever. You can be more than one. You can have more than one diagnosis, which is why some of these diagnoses take a long time. There's a lot of misdiagnosed and medical drugs, mismedication handed out to you. And then that, I think I've shared on the channel before about my sister and her tragedy with her former father-in-law. He had some disorder, and he was put in the hospital one weekend, and the doctor they couldn't get a hold of the doctor. His doctor, vacation or out of the country, I don't know, just couldn't get a hold of the doctor. And the on-call doctor didn't read the chart or didn't give a fuck and gave a different medication. And in the first dose of that other medication, her father-in-law walked up to the top of the building and jumped off and killed himself. So may he rest in peace. I'll give his first name. His first name was Miles. May Miles rest in peace. I only spoke to him over the internet, Skype call, Zoom call, whatever they were, back in the day, Skype call, and he seemed like a lovely man. So yeah, it's very sensitive, but it happens because it's all sensitive. The mind, you don't know it. Challenge your doctor to this bullshit. The only thing I know is that when I do go off my meds, and it takes a long time, it took about 3 or 4 months. I was into a 6-month stint off my drugs. And about that 3 or 4 month mark, I started noticing, ooh, I'm invincible. I can do whatever I want. Let me tell you something. On my meds right now, I can do whatever I want. And I am doing whatever I want. Now, I'm not doing it all the time, 100% of the time. That's the goal, right? Obviously, right? Who wants to go to work? Who wants to get their hands dirty, right? The absolute greatest thing you can do in the entire world is to be really good at everything you do, including like make your bed. What if you got paid for making your bed? That'd be nice. Hey, what do you do for a living? I make my bed. Oh, get out of here. Yeah, I get paid $1 million every time I make my bed. $1 million a day. Every morning I make my bed, and they get $1 million. They cut the world. 8 billion people just cut me a check for $1 million for making my bed. Wouldn't that be awesome? That's basically what almost every single artist does that is successful. To a certain extent, they are doing what they want, when they want, all the time. Those one-hit wonders, what happened to them? You know what happened to them? I don't have to get up early anymore. I don't have to clock in anymore. I don't have to say, yes, boss, anymore. I can eat whatever I want for lunch. I can have as long of a lunch as I want because they did it. You sacrifice and you do it, and everything is an art form. Plumbing is a fucking art form. There are plumbers out there who are charging gazillion of dollars because they do it with love, care, logic, common sense, compassion, and art. There's an art to doing something correctly. Look at all the old buildings that are still there from thousands of years old. There's one in this city, Lund, Dom Shirken, has a church. It was built in like 889, 889, something like that. Wikipedia will tell you it was built in like the 1200s. No, it was built in 888, 889. Okay. That thing is still standing there. How'd they build it? They were artists. They weren't just craftsmen. They weren't just artisans. They weren't just masons. They weren't just bricklayers. They were also artists. If you could somehow figure all of that out, you get paid to do it. Eventually, somebody might pay me to do this. This is something I really don't care if I get money or not. I just care about getting the word out there. So of this 65%, remember, 2 to 3%, let's say it's 3%. So we'll do numbers easy and we'll go by 10. 10 people is the world. 3% has bipolar. So 3 out of 10 people have bipolar. Small percentage. But of those 3 people, 65%, in other words, two of those 3 people, over half, 65%, 2 of those 3 people have another condition. I have yet to be diagnosed with another condition. People have told me, "Oh, I think you got ADD or ADHD or OCD or da, 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 da." And it's like, okay, are you a doctor? No. It's all the same people that tell me, "Yeah, I'm autistic." Who gave you your diagnosis of autism? Well, there's a test you can take. Oh, okay. I scored almost. Do you want to be autistic? Right? My 19-year-old, when he was 1, was diagnosed with autism. I have some horror stories for you if you want. Comment somewhere on this channel. Tell me all about your horror stories with your 19-year-old autistic son when he was 1. I can tell you all that stuff. You don't want to be autistic, okay? Do you want to have 5 fingers or 4? How many bald men wanted to be bald when they were in their teens? Right? Any ladies out there want to be bald? Oh, I can't wait to be bald when I turn 50. Going off on a tangent. Bring it back. So you can have more than one disorder. That's another word I don't like. Disorder. Whatever song that was. Anyway, yeah, that's bipolar and all this other stuff combined. You know, now the more stuff you have and are given, they want to. It's almost like I just feel like maybe they should just be like, just hold on. Can I pause this? Oh, I don't know if I can pause this here. This might be it. Talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Love you. Have a good weekend. Bye.